Welcome back. After breakfast the next morning, we checked out of our hotel in Srinagar. Next stop, Pahalgam, known as the Valley of Shepherds. On the way to Pahalgam, we took a short break for refreshments near the Appel Valley. Since it was summer, the trees were dried up. Pahalgam is situated in the northeast of district Anantnag among lofty hills covered with evergreen forests. It is also an important transit camp on the way to Holy Amarnath Ji Cave, which is 72 kilometers away from the district headquarters. After reaching Pahalgam town, we had lunch before heading out to explore the area. Pahalgam is surrounded by stunning natural beauty and is known for three main sightseeing spots: Chandanwari, Betab Valley, and Aru Valley. Betab Valley gets its name from the popular Bollywood movie Betab, which was filmed here. However, there's something important every traveler should know: sightseeing in Pahalgam is strictly allowed only in local vehicles. At an altitude of 2,130 meters and about 95 kilometers from Srinagar, Pahalgam is probably the most popular hill resort in the Kashmir Valley. Pahalgam is situated at the junction of the Aru and Sheshnag rivers and surrounded by soaring, hill-covered mountains with bare, snow-capped peaks rising behind them. We stayed overnight in Pahalgam, soaking in the peaceful vibes and cool mountain air. The next morning, after breakfast, we began our journey back to Srinagar. On the way, we made a brief but fascinating stop at the Avantipur temple ruins. The Avanti Swami temple is an ancient ruined Hindu temple located on the banks of the Jhelum river, 28 kilometers away from Srinagar in Avantipura. Its ruins once consisted of two temples dedicated to Shiva and Vishnu, and were built under King Avanti Varman of the Utpala dynasty in the 9th century CE. The site is maintained by the Archaeological Survey of India. Locals call the temple Pandav Lari, meaning House of the Pandavas. The Avanti Swami temple dedicated to Vishnu and the Avantishwara temple dedicated to Shiva. These ancient ruins, dating back to the 9th century, are a hidden gem of Kashmir's rich history. Built by King Avanti Varman, the temples are dedicated to Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. Even in their ruined state, the intricate carvings and grand architecture are a sight to behold. The Avanti Swami temple is an example of the stone temple architecture of Kashmir during that era. It was a short but meaningful stop that added a touch of history and culture to our scenic drive back to Srinagar. Along the way, we passed by stunning stretches of mustard fields, glowing bright yellow under the sun. We couldn't resist stopping for a few photos amidst the golden blooms. It truly felt like a scene straight out of a movie. Shankaracharya temple situated on top of the Zbarwan range in Srinagar. It is dedicated to Shiva. The temple is at a height of 1,000 feet above the valley floor and overlooks the city of Srinagar. Kashmiri Hindus strongly believe the temple was visited by Adi Shankara and has ever since been associated with him. This is how the temple and hill got the name Shankaracharya. There are around 240 steps to reach the presiding deity. The wide panorama covers major landmarks such as Dal Lake, Jhelum and Hari Parbat. The temple and adjacent land are centrally protected under the Archaeological Survey of India. From Shankaracharya temple, we headed to the beautiful Nishat Bagh, one of the iconic Mughal gardens along the banks of Dal Lake. With its terraced lawns, colorful flowers, and flowing fountains, Nishat Garden is a peaceful spot to relax and enjoy nature. The view of the lake with the Jabarwan mountains in the background is absolutely stunning. Nishat Bagh is a terraced Mughal garden built on the eastern side of the Dal Lake. It is the second largest Mughal garden in the Kashmir Valley. Nishat Bagh is Urdu and means the Garden of Joy, Garden of Gladness and Garden of Delight. Located on the bank of the Dal Lake, with the Jabarwan Mountains as its backdrop, Nishat Bagh is a garden with views of the lake beneath the Pir Panjal mountain range. The Bagh was designed and built in 1633 by Asif Khan, elder brother of Nur Jahan. An anecdote is told of the jealousy of the Emperor Shah Jahan on beholding such a delightful garden, which led to the abandonment of the garden for some time. When Shah Jahan saw the garden, after its completion in 1633, he expressed great appreciation of its grandeur and beauty. The Mughal princess Zuhra Begum, daughter of the Mughal Emperor Alamgir II and granddaughter of the Emperor Jahandar Shah, is buried in the garden. The layout of Nishat Bagh was based on the conceptual model of the Persian gardens, remodeled to fit the topographic and water source conditions at the site chosen in the Kashmir Valley. As we wandered through the beautifully landscaped terraces of Nishat Garden, we were treated to a truly unforgettable sight, a breathtaking sunset over Dal Lake. The golden rays reflected off the still waters, while the Jabarwan Mountains stood tall in the background, casting long shadows across the garden. The cool breeze, the chirping of birds, and the warm hues in the sky made it a perfect, peaceful ending to our day. It was one of those moments where time seemed to slow down, and we just took it all in. That night, we had the experience of staying in a traditional Kashmiri houseboat on Dal Lake. The next morning, we had our breakfast right there on the houseboat. Then we proceeded to the Hazratbal Shrine, a revered and peaceful place located on the northern shores of Dal Lake. After visiting the peaceful Hazratbal Shrine, we made our way back to the iconic Dal Lake for one last unforgettable experience, a shikara ride. Gliding over the calm waters in the traditional wooden boat, we passed floating gardens, charming houseboats, and colorful shops on water. The cool breeze, the reflection of the mountains, and the quiet rhythm of the lake made it the perfect way to end our Kashmir journey. These beautifully crafted wooden boats, with their colorful canopies and soft cushioned seats, gently glide over the water, offering a peaceful escape from the rush of daily life. We floated past charming floating markets, where vendors sold everything from saffron and dry fruits to souvenirs and handmade jewelry, right from their boats. We also saw floating gardens, lush with lotus leaves and flowers, and houseboats with intricate wooden carvings lining the lake's edge. The sound of water gently splashing against the boat, combined with the soft chatter of distant vendors, made it feel like time had slowed down. As we floated through the beauty of Dal Lake, it felt like Kashmir was giving us a gentle, magical farewell. With this peaceful shikara ride, we wind up our incredible journey through the mesmerizing valleys of Kashmir. From snow-covered Sonmarg and Gulmarg to the serene beauty of Pahalgam and the soulful charm of Srinagar, every moment was unforgettable. Goodbye for now, and thank you for joining us on this travel diary. Until we meet again with another adventure, take care and keep exploring. With that, our 5-night, 6-day adventure in Kashmir came to an end. Thank you for joining us on this unforgettable journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more travel stories. Until next time, bye and take care.